What is something super important that is on the verge of happening? The first human corneas have been 3D printed by scientists. They cannot be used for human eyes yet, but in the future, the technique could be used to ensure an unlimited supply of corneas required for cornea transplants. A huge revamp in how we recycle. We used to send everything to China, but they stopped taking our crap. China is focusing on China's trash and we tried to do the same, but many companies are getting very picky with what they will collect. It's going to come down to some sort of compromise between consumer and producer to make less waste in general. Right now very little of what we put in recycling bins is recycled. Edit. Check out what Taiwan does to force citizens to recycle. For some positivity, we are on the verge of having a net positive increase in trees rather than decrease. Apparently we're already at or near a net zero. Doesn't mean you should stop caring though. Edit. Okay. Wow. This where I say thanks for the gold? Some people asked for source. I'll have to find it. I read this a few months ago. I wouldn't know where to start, but do some research on Zimbabwe if you are interested. Friend of mine moved to South Africa from Zim, had over 100 farm animals. She shot and killed all of them because guerrilla fighters are going around Zimbabwe brutally killing and torturing animals and people, and they were a day away from her farm. She wanted to give her animals a peaceful death. Was about to happen but now has. Number 3 in the Catholic Church worldwide is spending his first night behind bars for child sex offenses. Man, this thread really makes me want to ignore everything and just play video games. Last week, a Pakistani-based terrorist blew up a bus killing 41 Indian soldiers in the disputed territory of Kashmir. India blamed Pakistan for the attack and swore revenge. Pakistan had replied saying that India takes revenge, they will retaliate. Yesterday, a group of Indian fighter jets crossed into Pakistani airspace, conducted an airstrike on the terrorist camp in Pakistani territory. If true, this could start an Indian-Pakistani war, where both countries are nuclear powers. Semicolon. Update. Looks like the verge of happening actually happened. Pakistan shot down 2 Indian fighter jets and captured one of the pilots. India has also apparently shot down a Pakistani fighter jet. George Pell going to jail. Making organs from stem cells. Hurry up already science. I need a kidney. Semicolon. Edit. Thank you all for the kind words and offers to donate your kidney. If you are seriously considering being a donor, please Google how to become a living donor. It is the current best case scenario for those in need. My function is around 18%, so there are others out there who have a greater need. As Wi-Fi covers more and more of the country, phone companies will lose their ability to charge exorbitant prices because telephony will be available everywhere. Magic Jack will be all you need, all calls and texts running through the internet. Children dressing up for their homecoming dance and the theme is 2000s. Another India Pakistan war. The launch of the James Webb Space Telescope. It will bring us a new notion to space and reality. Edit. Apparently I'm dyslexic. Edit. Thank you for the gold and silver, kind strangers. Brexit. Not the vote, but the actual action of Britain leaving the EU. The deadline is on March 29th and there is currently no plan to solve the trade issues and border disputes that were solved by Britain being in the EU. I live in developing country. The glut of fake news wreaks havoc in day-to-day life, wherein not so educated people are not at all able to differentiate them, and they treat WhatsApp forwards as absolute truth. These fake news are impacting people on sensitive issues such as religion. If not controlled, these would have devastating consequences. Edit 1. People are asking about what it all has to do with religion. Some power groups use social media channels to spread false news about wrongdoings of other groups, to incite hatred against particular religions, and radicalize people, leading to communal riots. This has all become part of vote bank politics. Edit 2. This is my first answer to cross 1k up votes. Thank you kind stranger for the Reddit gold. SpaceX is launching the first test flight of their new manned capsule this weekend. When they launch, it will be the first human-rated flight to launch on US soil since the end of the space shuttle. The star Betelgeuse is likely to go supernova during this century. To understand how important this is, it will be the first Milky Way supernova since 1861, and by far the brightest supernova in recorded human history. Betelgeuse is very close by, a supergiant, California 1000x the sun, and already one of the brightest stars in the night sky. When it explodes it's likely going to be brighter than the full moon for many months, visible even during daytime. Between 1993 and 2009 it got 16% smaller, collapsing at a rate of 213 m/s, and the rate is increasing. Came to this thread to see the many advancements in technology, left afraid of a nuclear apocalypse or death by supervirus. Edit. Geez, what happened here? Went to bed with 50 upvotes and come back to this. A financial bubble on student loans that'll lead to a recession and a complete restructuring of the way student loans are given out. A Pakistan-India war that could result in the use of modern nuclear warheads. Tensions have been building consistently between these two countries and straight up nuclear war is a distinct possibility. Edit. To clarify what this means, what's likely is an escalation in conflict. Legitimate all-out war, but not likely nuclear attacks. Neither country benefits from the get-go by doing that, and it's even more likely that their own destruction would be guaranteed. However, it's still a possibility, especially if one side appears to be catastrophically losing. India lost 41 troops in a single terrorist attack recently, and Pakistan still appears to be funding these groups. 2 warplanes were shot down, and overall the situation appears to be escalating far above the regular skirmishes on the hotly contested border. That being said, you shouldn't be incredibly afraid of nuclear war. Nukes are quite simply a last resort, and basically a suicide pill for any country that uses them. All in all, don't expect them, but don't expect sunshine and rainbows over there either. This is likely to be kept isolated to the region and nothing more. Something about an iceberg twice size of New York, that was quite literally the post before this one on my feed. Titanic 2 setting sail. I'm teaching my cat how to high five. Edit. Whoa, this blew up. Silver and gold. He's doing really well. He was getting the hang of it at the end of about 5 minutes of training. I've clicker trained him before to touch his nose to a wand, so he knows that the clicker is the good boy NOISE*TM and he'll get a treat. It helps that he's superfood motivated. Images of the boy. Sorry they're a bit blurry, I was trying to be paparazzi, do the clicker, and dispense treats at the same time. His name is Leo, and he knows that he's a good boy. Edit 2, it's more of a low 5 at the moment, but he's only had 4 training sessions. Not a global thing, but I haven't walked in over half a year, due to injury, and I get to start trying to walk tomorrow, so that's super important for me. Update, it went great. It was kinda painful, but I was able to hobble around like a champ, in my opinion. The doc says keep the amount that I try walking per day to a minimum, but that I should be back up and about in no time. Thanks for the silvers and golds everyone, I've never gotten those before. Breakthroughs in graphene cells and batteries. Right now we are stuck with lithium, because graphene doesn't store large capacities of power very long, but once we are through that hurdle, it'll be no exaggeration to say you'll have smartphones that charge from 0 to full in a matter of seconds, electric cars which will almost never have to stop for charge, because the charge pads on roads will keep them topped off, and in general the stagnation of high-end tech will end since for a lot of things like processors, the main thing currently holding us back is the amount of energy they can draw. Edit, RIP inbox. America is currently in the second Gilded Age and there is no guarantee that a Teddy Roosevelt ESC candidate is going to be president in 2020. Recession time. The Special Olympics World Games will happen in 2 weeks in Dubai, and I'll be participating as an athlete. Wow, so many upvotes. Thanks guys and girls. Open bracket colon. I'll be participating in the shot put and track event for the Danish national team. I'm officially terrified. Thank you. Fully self-driving cars. They will be a huge convenience and ease traffic congestion, but will put millions of people out of work. Edit. This is in context of people who drive for a living, truckers, ups/FedEx and such. Jobs with fairly low skill and decent incomes that will be replaced by self-driving cars. We're in the midst of a fourth industrial revolution, automation. This revolution will basically see the near complete removal of human muscle from most of the economy. Semicolon. Trades, professions, services, and knowledge work should be okay, but manufacturing jobs will be hit hard. We are going to have to figure out what to do with a significant portion of the population that can no longer find productive work. I'm dying. I'm trying to live my days till I either get some dead guy's organ or die slow and painful, from what I'm told, death. I love my life. I'm in a constant process of good things happening. I don't worry. I'm a good dad. I get to spend my days with the girl of my dreams and our wonderful existence. I'm living in overtime. Anything can happen. Edit. Wow, I wrote this comment right before I fell asleep. I've read every comment, and you guys are alright. Drink responsibly. Seriously though, I'm touched. Edit 2. Gold? Pop my cherry. What does it do?